And hello everybody, this is Greg from Bitcentral, and we are going to be showing off some new features of the Presys system with ENPS. These features in the Presys system have to do with what we call the active panel, which is a Bitcentral plugin into the ENPS newsroom computer system. And we're going to show a quick scenario of attaching video to a story. In this case, we're going to attach video that is actually ready for air, does not require editing. And so I'll take you through this scenario in just a second. Before, just so you're oriented, the software features that we are showing are new to Bitcentral with software versions of Presys version 4.12, Oasis version 3.27, Create version 1.9, and version 4 of the Bitcentral ActiveX plugin. So let's go ahead and get right to work here. First thing what we're going to do is we are going to add a story to an ENPS rundown. You can see I have a MOS active ENPS rundown here up on the screen. And so I'm going to add a new story. And let's title this story Market Worries. And we'll make this a VO. And what we're going to do now is we're going to use the active panel to go find some video that is actually ready for air, and we're just going to pull video from another rundown. Now the way there are two different ways to get the active panel up with ENPS. The first way that I'm going to show you is we just click on the MOS icon in ENPS, and that will launch the Bitcentral active panel. And what we would do in this scenario is we would open up the script for the story in question, and then what we'll do is use the active panel to go find a piece of video that we want to link to the story. Now the active panel, as you can see, it has three different operating modes or modes. One mode, the default mode, shows us assets in the Oasis asset management system. The second mode shows us assets in the Presys system, meaning assets that are in the playout system of your overall system. And the third mode here will show us the status of any items that we may have requested and have been transferred from another facility. So we can get to Oasis assets, which means you can get to your local archive and media management system assets, plus the assets of other stations. The Presys, which is your local playout system, and those assets. And so I happen to know that the item I'm looking for is in the Presys system, and it has something to do with the economy. So I'm just going to type in economy and hit the search button, and it will go and find all the assets that are labeled that way with that keyword. Now what I would do to complete attaching this asset is highlight the one I'm looking for. If I need to, I can play it and just confirm that this is truly the video asset I'm looking for. And when I want to attach it, all I have to do is click and drag it over to my story and let it go, and the asset will be attached. But I'm going to back off of that right now because I'm going to show you an alternative way of doing this. Okay? So another way to do this is when we're in the MOS abstracts area with an item that has a MOS ID, a floating window will come up and will give us the Bitcentral ActiveX inside of a floating window, which is pretty good from the standpoint that under this method, you don't have to worry about taking up valuable screen real estate with the ActiveX panel. So you notice the ActiveX panel came up, and it looks very much the same as the one we had before. However, it's floating over the ENPS windows and not taking up that valuable screen real estate. Again, the same situation where we have under this button the OASIS assets, under this button the Precis Playout System assets, and I'm just going to go ahead and perform the same search. Go find the asset I'm looking for. Now the only difference between this floating window and the window that appeared previously is we cannot drag and drop the video asset into the script. We actually have to use the attach button. And you'll notice that we show in the left-hand window here, we show the video that we have selected, and we show in the slower window the video that might be currently attached. In this case, it's an empty placeholder. So there's actually no video attached yet. So instead of dragging and dropping this to my script area, I'm just going to hit the attach button. I'll get a confirming message that's asking me if I really want to do this. I hit yes, and the window closes automatically, my story updates, and my video is now attached to my story. Now, if you happen to be looking through scripts and you want to see the video that's attached to a story, just like the previous version, open up your script, click on your asset, and it will launch the viewer for you. And then simply go ahead and play the asset like you would normally by simply clicking on it or clicking on the play button. And that will allow you to view the video that's attached to a given story. And then I'll finish, close out your script, and move on to the next task. So that is a quick preview of these functions of attaching video to a story in the scenario where the video doesn't need to be edited. It's immediately publishable and ready to go on air. So that is all for this short session. Thank you for choosing Bitcentral.